Yo everyone, what's going on? Couriway here, and welcome to a video talking about speedrunning on the new 1.18 update. And let me just say, if I wasn't a speedrunner and I just enjoyed playing Minecraft, which I still do from time to time, this update is incredible. Me, 7-8 years ago would absolutely fall in love with this update as just a survival player. But now that I do a lot of speedrunning on the game now, so many things have changed with this version. There's so many things that changed in the previous version as well that people just aren't as used to. So I want to go over a lot of things today on why speedrunning 1.18 may not be the best idea. And of course, before we get into anything, I just want to say, if you do just enjoy this version and you don't care about getting a world record and you just want to have fun playing the game the way you want to play the game, do not let me stop you. Because like I said, this update is absolutely beautiful. The seed is absolutely beautiful. All these seeds are just gorgeous. I love how everything looks, and it's really cool. So even though it's not optimal, if you want to just play Minecraft when it looks amazing like this, please do not let me stop you, because it's awesome. But without further ado, let's get into why this update is definitely not great for speedrunning as a whole. So the first thing that we're actually going to talk about in the 1.18 version that is worse for speedrunning is actually something that has been in the game for a couple updates now, and that is Nether Bastions. Now, if you aren't familiar with speedrunning, you may not know that the main version people speedrun on is Minecraft 1.16.1, and the reason for that is because every version after, starting in 1.16.2, these dudes started appearing, and Mojang changed the rate of ender pearls and other things that you get from Piglin Trading. So everything from 1.16.2 onward is definitely unoptimal for speedrunning, and 1.16.1 is by far the version that most people use, and including myself, and everything that I've done pretty much on the channel, unless otherwise specified, is in 1.16.1. Now, in 1.18, obviously a lot of these things are the same, and this is the first reason of many why this version is extremely challenging to speedrun. So I have a gold helmet on, as you can see. I am also on easy mode, and I'm going to change my difficulty to survival, and you can see that I'm going to get absolutely shredded here in 3 hits by Piglin Brutes with a gold helmet on, with everything that I needed. I put a glowstone anchor here because respawn anchor, because I didn't want to have to teleport all the way back. But as you can see, I got absolutely shredded instantly. You also can't trade gold, so if I got a gold ingot in my hand, people familiar with Minecraft are probably used to this, but I cannot trade with these dudes. I'm right clicking, I can't do anything. If I right click with you, I can trade gold, so they don't get distracted at all. The best way that I find to get rid of them is by using a lava bucket. So let's say I'm in survival here and I got this dude chasing me. I'm gonna just place a lava bucket down and put him in it, and thankfully I get 2 here, so that's actually quite nice. But that's the point. That's the best way that you can probably save it. But even then, it is very, very, very challenging. And as we mentioned, the last thing that is really, really annoying in Minecraft 1.18 is going to be the trading. So this is 15 blocks worth of gold. We're going to do this in 1.18, and then I'll come back and show you the trades. And then we're going to do the same exact thing with 15 gold blocks and show you the trades that I get on those. So wait for these guys to finish trading. Where are you coming from? And I will be right back. All right, these guys finished trading. Let's see what our loot is. We got 9 ender pearls and 33 string and 9 obsidian from all of that gold. 15 blocks, over 2 stacks of gold. We can't even travel out of the nether. We can't fill an end portal, and we can't even make 3 beds worth of string. Really, really bad. Obviously, the fire res is still there. There's some other things that are nice, like having better blocks like blackstone and more arrows. But in a speedrun, these things are not that valuable. These are the 3 main things that you want, and we get absolutely rolled. I guess 4 with the fire res, but you're going to get that anyway in both versions. This is the 3 main things that are different, and this is not good by any means whatsoever. All right, we are in version 1.16.1, as you can see. And here we go. Here's our stuff that we got here. Honestly, kind of not great trades. We kind of low rolled in this version, which is kind of funny. But even with a low rolling, we still have enough string for 4 beds. We have enough glowstone dust and crying obsidian to make another 4 explosives. We have enough obsidian just from the trades itself to do a blind travel, and we have more than enough ender pearls to get to the end portal. Use some pearls for pearling as well, not just for eyes of ender. And yeah, very, very good loot here in 1.16. And again, this is with low rolling. Like, low rolling is not getting as much stuff as you normally would. This is with bad luck, and it's still better than, honestly, what I would consider pretty solid above average luck that we got with the 9 pearls in 1.18. So with that out of the way, another gas is gonna ruin me apparently. But with that out of the way, let's head back into version 1.18 and continue showing you why that version is very, very challenging to speedrun. So here we are back in 1.18, and the first thing that I want to talk about specific to this version in 1.18 and not previous versions like 1.17 or 1.16.2 is the existence of, obviously, the terrain. The terrain is the biggest new change in 1.18, and this terrain, although beautiful, is so much harder to traverse than in previous Minecraft versions. And the main reason for this is just the scale of everything. It almost feels like you're playing on a large biomes type of mode back in the day. And like, for example, if you spawn up there on top of that taiga, like, where are you going? Obviously there are seeds that are just, you know, better for this. There's seeds that are more traditional in the sense of ocean spawns, which we'll actually get to later on in the video, and also villages, which we'll also get to later on in the video. But for the most part, just the terrain in general is going to be so much harder to navigate. You're going to have to spend more time going up and down mountains, and I think where this will be most shown is when you're trying to navigate to the stronghold, which we'll also get to in a second. But yeah, strongholds are going to be super, super challenging to navigate to, since you're going to have to travel, for most people, even if you do calculated travel, which is 2 nether portals to get you super close to the stronghold. If you are not eye spying into the stronghold, which is a lot harder now because of the world depth, it's going to be really challenging to travel the terrain and get to where you need to go without the excess pearls that you would normally get in 1.16, because you're just not going to have them from the trade rates. So really challenging things overall that make it just really a grueling experience to traverse the terrain for Minecraft 1.18 speedrunning. So let's talk about villages. Villages are a strategy that is used in 1.16.1 speedrunning. It's very consistent. It's really good for beginners because it's very straightforward and simple compared to ocean strats. You're also able to get a lot of food most of the time. I don't think this village has that many hay bales. Oh, there's some right there. Oh, never mind. There's so many. And there's also 2 ruined portals on this seed. What the heck? There's one over there that we saw before, and I didn't see that one over there, which is actually cool. But that actually brings me to my point. Villages are much more rare in this version, and that's because the terrain is a lot harder to traverse. Obviously, there's less places for villages to spawn, and it just makes it a lot more challenging. Even at, like, for example, if you wanted to go to this village, right, and you wanted food, and you spawn here, you have to go to this blacksmith, then you have to climb this entire hill just to get to some wheat, and then you have to climb back down to not take that much fall damage and go to the ruined portal, assuming that's even enterable. But I do think villages are the best strategy for speedrunning in 1.18 if you do want to attempt it, mainly because ocean strats are a lot less viable, which I'll get to actually momentarily. But having something like a blacksmith and a lava pool and playing for that, this blacksmith is not really playable, but assuming that was a good blacksmith and assuming that this is enterable, this would actually not be a bad spawn. But I think the most reliable way is using villages, finding a lava pool from that, and entering the nether. You don't even have to enter with an iron pick because bastion chests are so much better. If you feel comfortable and you're able to navigate bastions well, you can probably just find a diamond pick or an iron pick or iron in the chest to be able to make a pickaxe much more easily than you would normally be able to in 1.16. I gotta be honest though, I am curious what's in this chest just to see if it is actually enterable. We need a lot of obby, and we actually would be able to. That's actually pretty funny. 3 obsidian and a flint and steel. 1 we don't even need it because that's not necessary. 2 obby. Boom, we're in. This would actually be a good seed. There's the seed if anyone is interested. For people who know that I'm doing the 1000 runs challenge, don't worry. The seed that I actually put in for this world was test world. So that's why it's like a super little amount of seed numbers. So, ocean strategies in Minecraft 1.18. If you're familiar with Minecraft 1.16.1 speedrunning, you are probably familiar with knowing that ocean strats are the most common and most consistent at the moment for getting a chance at world record. And if this was a 1.16 seed, you can see we have a good shipwreck there. We have a nice spawn point here, assuming that this was the spawn point. It's actually the same exact seed. I just flew around trying to find a shipwreck. But assuming this was a spawn, this would be a great spawn, and all you'd have to do is find a way to enter the nether in a magma ravine. Well, in Minecraft 1.18, that isn't a thing anymore, and that's really, really concerning for ocean strats because it makes it infinitely more challenging. Normally, what you would do in 1.16 to find a magma ravine is you can press F3 and B, And the kind of telltale sign of a magma ravine is that there is kelp in the way. Now, it's not 100% consistent, but the reason you have hitboxes is because the kelp entities from being destroyed by falling gravel creates the, the easiest way to spot a magma ravine. So, since you can't do that, and there's no magma ravines, basically what the most optimal play in 1.18 would be to grab this and then pretty much hope for the best in entering a cave. And you'd have to go down, and I'd probably just dig. And remember, you're not digging to Y11 now. You're digging all the way down to Y negative 54, I believe. Maybe even 55 for your lava level. It's absolutely daunting, especially for speedrunning. And you can see we hit absolutely nothing on the way down, which is pretty unlucky. But we can see here's the lava level. I always forget if it's 14 or 54 or 53. It is negative 54. So you have to go all the way down here just for a chance to enter the nether and dig all the way through this. Like, even if we dug down here, we'd still have to go through easily 60-70 blocks just to enter, and that alone is going to take 2 to 3 minutes just to dig down after doing everything else. So on a seed like this, which actually looks semi-decent, it would still probably take you around 5 minutes to enter the nether. So that's why I think if you do want to speedrun this version, your best bet is resetting for a village with a blacksmith and a lava pool or a ruined portal to enter in, which is not an easy thing to reset for, but it's probably your best bet for going for a world record type of run in this version specifically. And when I say that, I do want to clarify, there will be absolutely no one who gets a sub 10 or an actual fastest Minecraft run in this version. But for world records, specifically in Minecraft 1.18, I do recommend Village and Lava Pool. So the last thing that I want to touch on in this video is Stronghold Generation. Now, normally in Minecraft 1.16 speedruns, you have a chance at getting an ocean exposed stronghold. And basically what that means is that the ocean will show the stronghold because the stronghold generated in a specific way where it is peeking out into the ocean. And in Minecraft 1.18, that is not possible anymore. That terrain looks absolutely ridiculous, but that's not possible anymore, which is a really, really big deal because it's a huge time save. Specifically, I know that I have benefited from that in my 1.16.1 PB former third place run. I had an ocean exposed stronghold and an ocean exposed portal room, which is a huge time save for a lot of runners, and getting something like that is extremely lucky and valuable. But in Minecraft 1.18, that is not the case anymore. And you can see I teleported to a stronghold here, and the starter staircase, if we dug down on the starter staircase, which is right here, it is spawning in at -8. Now, I don't know the full numbers because I don't think it's public information yet, or people haven't done the research in it yet. But I don't know what the highest level strongholds can still spawn at is, but I know for a fact I was testing this on stream yesterday, and I got a stronghold that started at -32. This one starts at -14, which is still very, it's probably about average, honestly, I must say. I have seen some in the positives, but not high enough that they would be ocean exposed. But you can see it is imagine digging all the way down here on a good pace run. Now, this is actually quite nice because you have a giant cave in the way, but look at how much you still have to dig all of this just to get up to the surface. And this is how far you'd have to dig down, from 71 all the way down to -14. It's pretty much the equivalent of getting a very deep stronghold in 1.16.1 and having to dig down on top of a mountain, which is something you never want to do. And remember, that's just the top of the stronghold. There's parts of the stronghold that are going to generate significantly lower. This one's at -28. Over here in the portal room, I think it's like -20. Yeah, so there's a ton of things that just make this extremely challenging. And not even challenging in the sense of like it's going to be harder. It's just going to be more tedious and time consuming, which is really something you don't want to deal with when you're trying to speedrun as fast as you possibly can. But anyway, that'll do it for this video. I hope I have illustrated a point. I very much recommend speedrunning in Minecraft 1.16.1. But again, please do not let me stop you if you want to just have fun in a new Minecraft version and try and beat the game as fast as you want. Like I said, it's super cool of a version. I absolutely love it. The terrain is so awesome. And again, speaking as just a Minecraft fan and not like a hardcore speedrunner, I absolutely love this update. It's probably one of my favorite updates of all time, and I'm not really that big of a survival player. It's just kind of what I've always imagined Minecraft to be, and it feels really cool, it feels really unique, and it feels really natural. And I know that I'll probably speedrun this version a little bit just for fun later on down the line, not right now because I want to wait a little bit more until there's more performance mods, because even with my like new computer, it is extremely challenging to run, especially at 144 FPS, and doing all the cool speedrun tricks that I would have to do, like for example entity distance of 500, which I'm not playing on, which just absolutely lags everything. So yeah, and even with performance mods now in the alpha versions, I'm still getting a little bit of stuttering. But like I said, it's an absolutely beautiful version. I recommend playing it. And if you do want to speedrun it, don't let me stop you. But hopefully this video illustrates some challenges that you may face along the way. And I hope that you can do your best to overcome them if you do try and speedrun this version. So that's going to do it for me. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoy videos like this, definitely let me know with a like and a comment. And that's going to do it. I'll see you all later in another video. Peace out, everyone.